Guys, put down the chips. This isn't one of my mukbang videos. This is actually really sad. Some messages sent before tragedies are so eerie they seem like warnings from the future. Like, did these people know they were about to die? It's almost as if they had a premonition, a gut feeling that something terrible was about to happen. These messages are not just words, they are echoes of the past, haunting reminders of lives that were abruptly cut short. It's heartbreaking and creepy, and I had to share it with you. Imagine receiving a text from a loved one, only to find out later that it was their final message. The weight of those words would be unbearable. These messages are filled with raw emotion, fear, and sometimes even a strange sense of calm acceptance. They offer a glimpse into the minds of people who were facing their final moments, and it's both fascinating and devastating. In this video, we will explore the most chilling messages sent before disaster struck. From final goodbyes to cryptic warnings, these messages will send shivers down your spine. We'll delve into the stories behind these messages, uncovering the tragic events that followed. Each message is a piece of a larger puzzle, a puzzle that paints a picture of human vulnerability and the fragility of life. We're talking real-life final goodbyes, cryptic warnings, and things that will make you want to hug your family extra tight. These messages are a stark reminder of how unpredictable life can be. They make us appreciate the moments we have with our loved ones and remind us to cherish every second. The stories behind these messages are not just about death, they are about love, loss, and the human experience, and things that will make you want to hug your family extra tight. As we go through these messages, you'll feel a range of emotions. You'll feel sadness, empathy, and perhaps even a sense of connection to these strangers who lived through their final moments with such raw honesty. Their words will resonate with you, and you'll find yourself reflecting on your own life and the people you hold dear. Get the tissues ready. This one's a doozy. Prepare yourself for an emotional journey as we uncover the stories behind these haunting messages. These are not just words on a screen, they are the final echoes of lives that were lived, loved, and lost. So sit back, hold your loved ones close, and let's dive into these chilling messages sent before disaster struck. Okay, so we all know the Titanic, right? The grand ship that was supposed to be the epitome of luxury and safety, the marvel of its time. It was the largest and most opulent ship ever built, a floating palace that promised an unforgettable journey across the Atlantic. The unsinkable ship that totally sank? Yeah, that one. It was a tragic irony that the ship deemed unsinkable met such a catastrophic fate on its maiden voyage. The disaster has been etched into our collective memory, a somber reminder of human hubris and the unpredictable power of nature. It's like the saddest love story ever, but with a giant iceberg. Imagine the scene, a moonless night, the ship gliding through the icy waters of the North Atlantic, and then, out of nowhere, a massive iceberg appears. The collision was inevitable, and the consequences were devastating. But what you might not know is that as the Titanic was going down, it was sending out desperate wireless messages. The ship's wireless operators, Jack Phillips and Harold Bride, worked tirelessly to send out distress signals, hoping against hope that someone would hear their cries for help. Can you imagine the panic on that ship? The chaos, the fear, the realization that the unthinkable was happening, passengers scrambling for lifeboats, crew members trying to maintain order, and all the while the ship was sinking deeper into the freezing waters. People running around, the band playing, and those messages like cries for help into the void. The band, led by Wallace Hartley, played on, trying to calm the passengers, their music a haunting soundtrack to the unfolding tragedy. One of the last messages sent from the Titanic read, "We are sinking fast, passengers are being put into boats." These words sent out into the night carried the weight of impending doom. They were a stark reminder of the dire situation on board. Can you imagine getting that message? Being on the receiving end, knowing that lives were hanging in the balance, and feeling utterly helpless to do anything about it. The operators on other ships must have felt a profound sense of dread and urgency, knowing that somewhere out there in the middle of the ocean, people were fighting for their lives. The lifeboats, woefully insufficient for the number of passengers, were being lowered into the icy waters, each one a fragile hope for survival. It gives me chills just thinking about it. The sheer scale of the disaster, the loss of life, and the stories of heroism and heartbreak that emerged from that fateful night. The Titanic's legacy is a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. This one still freaks me out. We're talking about the Challenger space shuttle disaster in 1986. It was a huge deal, like everyone was watching, and right before the shuttle exploded, one of the astronauts, Michael Smith, said, "Uh-oh." Just that. Uh-oh, like he knew something was wrong, but it was already too late. It's just haunting. Those two little words captured on a live broadcast are all that's left of those brave astronauts. It makes you realize how fragile life is, you know? 1 minute you're here, the next, gone. Chapter 3. Okay, this one is really hard to talk about, but we have to. The events of September 11th, 2001 are etched into the collective memory of the world. It was a day of unimaginable horror, a day when the unthinkable became reality. The attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon were devastating, but there was another story unfolding in the skies above Pennsylvania that day. September 11th, 2001. A day that started like any other but ended in tragedy. The world watched in shock as the Twin Towers fell and the Pentagon was hit. But amidst the chaos, there was a story of incredible bravery and sacrifice on United Airlines Flight 93, a day that changed everything. The images of that day are seared into our minds, the planes crashing into the towers, the buildings collapsing, the smoke and debris filling the air. It was a day of fear, confusion, and heartbreak, but it was also a day that showed the strength and resilience of the human spirit. On Flight 93, one of the planes that crashed that day, a passenger named Todd Beamer sent a message to his wife. Todd was an ordinary man, a husband and father, who found himself in an extraordinary situation. As the plane was hijacked, he and the other passengers quickly realized what was happening. He knew what was happening. The passengers on Flight 93 had learned about the other attacks and understood that their plane was part of the same plot. They knew they were facing almost certain death, but they refused to go down without a fight. He knew they were going to die. In those final moments, Todd and the other passengers made a decision that would change the course of history. They decided to fight back against the hijackers, to try to take control of the plane and prevent it from being used as a weapon. The message said, "I know we're all going to die, but there's 3 of us who are going to do something about it. I love you, honey." These were Todd's last words to his wife, a message of love and determination in the face of unimaginable terror. "There's 3 of us who are going to do something about it. I love you, honey." Todd and a few other brave passengers fought back against the terrorists. They knew they couldn't save themselves, but they could try to save others. Their actions prevented the plane from reaching its intended target, likely saving countless lives. Todd and a few other brave passengers fought back against the terrorists. They stormed the cockpit knowing that their chances of survival were slim, but they were determined to do whatever it took to stop the hijackers. Their courage and selflessness in those final moments are a testament to the power of the human spirit. They knew they couldn't save themselves, but they could try to save others. The plane crashed into a field in rural Pennsylvania, far from its intended target. The passengers' bravery and quick thinking prevented an even greater tragedy. Their sacrifice is a reminder of the incredible strength and resilience of the human spirit. Their bravery is something I'll never forget. The passengers of Flight 93 showed us that even in the face of unimaginable horror, there is always hope, always courage. Their actions that day saved countless lives and inspired a nation. They are true heroes, and their legacy will live on forever. It's a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there's always hope, always courage. The story of Flight 93 is a testament to the power of the human spirit, a story of ordinary people who did extraordinary things. Their bravery and sacrifice will never be forgotten, and their legacy will continue to inspire us all. Chapter 4. In 2011, a massive earthquake and tsunami hit Japan. It was absolutely devastating. Entire towns were wiped out, thousands of people lost their lives. And in the middle of all that chaos, people were sending messages to their loved ones. One text message sent from a resident in Japan simply read, "The water is coming. I don't think I can make it." Can you imagine the fear, the desperation in those words? It's heartbreaking. It makes you realize how quickly things can change, how precious life is. This one is still a mystery. Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 just vanished. Gone. No one knows what happened to it. But there are rumors, whispers about messages sent from the plane before it disappeared. One message, allegedly sent from a passenger, said, "I'm on the plane, and it's going down. I love you." Is it real? Is it fake? We may never know. But it adds to the mystery, to the tragedy of MH370. It's a reminder that there are still things in this world we can't explain, things that defy logic and reason. These messages, whether they're final goodbyes, warnings, or just fragments of conversations cut short, are haunting reminders of the fragility of life and the unpredictability of disaster. They make you think about your own life, about the people you love, and how quickly everything can change. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. And guys, seriously, hug your loved ones a little tighter tonight. You never know when it might be your last chance.